Welcome dear students. Myself Rajesh Madhav Bhoir, mathematics teacher from AVS Vidya Mandir Virar. Today I am here with you to introduce our subject mathematics. Up to standard 8 there is a one book for mathematics, but from 9th standard there are two books. One is of Maths 1 and another is of Maths 2. Student, see, this book is used as a mathematics part 1. The concept related with algebra are included in this book, and this book is of mathematics part 2, and the concept related with geometry are included in this book. Dear students, this year we have to use 200 pages, two notebooks, one for Maths 1 and another for Maths 2. Similarly, from this year, mathematics practicals are there. For that purpose, we have to use this type practical book. You can purchase this book from the bookstore. Like this is a practical book, and we have to perform various practical for the mathematics. Now we have to see there are two terms. In the first term there are 100 marks for mathematics, and in second term 100 marks are there. In first term the 100 marks are divided into 80 marks for written examination and 20 marks for the internal evaluation. Details about internal evaluation we will discuss later on. Now these 80 marks have two separate papers. One is of Maths 1 for 40 marks and one is of Maths 2 for 40 marks. Now we have to see the chapter-wise distribution of the marks of Maths 1. In the Maths 1, there are total 7 chapters. Out of these 7 chapters, 3 chapters are included in a first term exam, and remaining 4 chapters are included in a second term exam. Now, if we know the chapter-wise distribution of the marks, then it is very easy to do the study. Therefore, we have to see the chapter-wise distribution of the marks. Chapter first is a set. It carries 20 marks. Second chapter, real numbers. It carries 25 marks. And chapter number 3, polynomials. It carries 25 marks. Therefore, in first term for mathematics 1, the paper is of 60 with option, but we have to solve up to 40 marks. This set chapter contain what is the sets and different type of sets we have to learn. Similarly, we have to learn various operations on sets. Then second chapter in real numbers. The basic of this chapter is already learned by you in the previous standards. This year we have to see the real numbers. Surds are there, that also we have to learn. Then the polynomials, different types of polynomial. Quadratic polynomial is important, that will help you in standard 10. Now dear students, there is in a second term there are 4 chapters. First chapter is ratio and proportion. It carries 15 marks in an exam. Fifth chapter, linear equation in 2 variable. It carries 15 marks in second term exam. Next chapter is a financial planning. It carries 10 marks. And 7th chapter is a statistic that carries 20 marks in an exam. That means in a second term for Maths 1 there is a paper is of 60 marks with option, but we have to solve the question for the 40 marks. Dear student, I want to tell you important thing. The chapter number 5 linear equation in two variables, 6 chapter financial planning and 7 chapter statistics. These are the basic chapters which are continued in a standard 10. Therefore, you have to study this chapter thoroughly. Now, I think everyone understood the chapter-wise mark distribution of Maths 1 for first term and second term. Dear student, now we have to see the chapter-wise distribution for Maths 2. There are total 9 chapters in Maths 2. Out of these 9 chapters, 4 chapters are for first term and remaining 5 chapters are for the second term. For first term, first chapter is a basic concepts in geometry. It carries 10 marks in exam. Second chapter is a parallel lines. This chapter carries 15 marks in exam. Various properties of the parallel lines and various theorems related to the parallel lines are included in these chapters. Then the third chapter is the triangles and it carries 15 marks. Chapter number 4 is there, that is geometric construction. It is very interesting chapter. We have to see the construction of triangles by various methods. It carries 20 marks in the exam. Like this, for Maths 2, in first term there is a paper is of 60 marks with option, but we have to solve for 40 marks. Now we have to see the chapter-wise distribution for the second term. In second term, there are total 5 chapters. First chapter is a quadrilateral and it carries 15 marks. Next chapter is a circle. It carries 10 marks. Then chapter number 7 is there, that is coordinate geometry. It carries 10 marks in an exam. Chapter number 8 is there, trigonometry. It carries 10 marks in an exam with option. And last chapter, that is surface area and volume. It carries 15 marks in the exam. Therefore, total paper is of 60 marks. We have to solve for the 40 marks. Chapter number 5, quadrilaterals. We have to see different type of a quadrilaterals and the properties of a quadrilaterals. Then chapter number 6 is a circle. What is a circle? What are the properties of the circle? We have to learn here. In coordinate geometry, we have to see the coordinate system. Then chapter number 8 is trigonometry. Basic concept of trigonometry you have to learn. This is the new chapter for you. And surface area and volume. The basic of this chapter you have already learned in standard 8. Dear students, all these chapters, quadrilateral, circle, coordinate geometry, trigonometry and surface area and volume are the basic chapters which are continued in a standard 10th. Therefore, you have to study all these chapters thoroughly. Dear students, I hope everyone understood chapter-wise marks distribution. Now we have to learn the paper pattern. That paper pattern is same for first term exam and second term exam, and it is same for Maths 1 as well as for the Maths 2. In that paper, there are total 5 questions are there, and we have to see question number first A. Solve multiple choice question. It carries 4 marks. In the question number first A, there are 4 sub questions. That questions are of multiple choice. That means one question will be given and 4 options of answer is given, and we have to choose the correct answer for that question. While writing the answer of these questions, we have to take precaution that we have to write the alphabet which is written for the correct option. Suppose correct option is B, then we have to write B alphabet as the answer of this question. Now the second is a question number first B. Solve the following sub questions. It carries 4 marks. In this question, there are 4 sub questions will be given with short answer question. That means answer of this question is in 1 or 2 steps. Each question carries 1 marks. Therefore, the question number 1B is for the 4 marks. Simple example from the books are in this question. Then the second question A is there. Complete 2 activities out of 3 and it carries 4 marks. 3 sub questions will be given and out of that 3 sub questions we have to solve 2 questions. In the book there are various activities are given. Out of that activities or based on that activities some questions will be asked in this. In these activities, each activity exactly 4 boxes will be given and we have to fill up that boxes with correct answer and each box carries half marks. Therefore, each activity carries 2 marks. We have to solve 2 activities. Therefore, the question number 2A is for the 4 marks. Then, students, question number 2B is there. Solve any 4 out of 5 sub questions and it carries 8 marks. Solve any 4 out of 5 sub questions. That means 5 sub questions are given and out of that 5 sub questions we have to solve 4. Each sub question carries 2 marks. Therefore, the question number 2B is for the 8 marks. Then, dear students, question number 3A is there. Complete 1 activity out of 2. 2 activities will be given and from that we have to solve 1 activity. Each activity carries 3 marks. As we see in question number 2A, there is also activities are given. In question number 2A, 4 boxes are given, but in question number 3A, 6 boxes will be given and that 6 boxes we have to fill with the correct answer and each box carries half marks. Therefore, question number 3A is for 3 marks. These are very easy questions. Then, question number 3B is there. Solve any 2 out of 4 sub questions. It carries 6 marks. Here, 4 sub questions will be given and we have to find out we have to solve 2 questions. Each question carries 3 marks and here the questions with the answer of that question is of 3 to 4 steps will be asked in this question. One more most important thing I want to tell you for Mathematics 2. In Mathematics 2, question number 3B, there are sub 4 questions. Out of that sub 4 questions, 1 question must be on a theorem. That means 1 statement of a theorem is given and you have to write the proof of that theorem. That is the difference between the Maths 1 and Maths 2 for the question number 3B. 3B is for the 6 marks. Now, dear students, question number 4 is there. Solve any 2 out of 3 sub questions and there are 3 sub questions will be given and out of 3 we have to solve 2 and each question carries 4 marks. Therefore, question number 4 is for the 8 marks. In these questions, some are little difficult questions will be there. Some questions are out of textbook, but based upon the syllabus will be asked in this question. Therefore, to solve question number 4, you have to do the hard work, or you have to solve many sums, and then you will be able to solve the question number 4. Similarly, there is a question number 5 is there. Solve any one out of 2 sub questions, and question carries 3 marks. 2 sub questions will be given and you have to solve one question. That means that one question carries 3 marks. Now, in this case, some creative type of questions will be asked. Some construction will be given and you have to complete that construction. Some answers of the questions are given, and from that answer you have to frame the questions. Like some creative questions will be asked in this question. Therefore, our maths for first term, maths 1 and maths 2, there is a question paper is of 40 marks. Thank you.